All right, man. And we are live, baby. What it do? What it do? What it do? What is going on, family? We are back. We are back. We are back. It's your man, Project Mac, aka Mac Solomon, man. Welcome. Welcome to the Winner's Diet Show, brought to you live on this wonderful Saturday evening. You feel me? Um, I know today I'm starting a little bit later than usual. Today's been a crazy hectic day, just been work and making content and things like that. So starting a little bit later than usual, but hey, better late than never, right? Better late than never. So we're here, um, feeling good, a little fatigued, but we're gonna be all right. We're gonna push through this thing, and we got a great show for you guys today. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, comment down below what you guys want to see next, or just show some love and appreciation. That's always appreciated. Man, we got a great show today, a big show today, and we gonna make it do what it do, man. It's Saturday evening. Um, you guys are at home watching me spit that hot fire, talk that shit, expose these fitness frauds and scams and gurus. You know what I'm saying? Um, it doesn't get much better than this, man. So without further ado, man, let's get into today's show. But before we get into that, make sure you guys again, let's hit that like button. Let's get into a habit of this, you guys. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, push us up the algorithm. Let us out of YouTube jail. Right now, we are at the bottom of the totem pole. This is a new show, a brand new YouTube show. So I'm just now starting to post a lot more on this channel. So I need you guys. I need your help. I need you guys to help me um, hit that algorithm. So it costs nothing to show some love, show some support. Anything is much appreciated. We're not even monetized yet, man. So I'm not even asking for no bread yet, for real. So until then, man, at least the least y'all can do is hit the like button. Come on, that's the least y'all can do. Hit that like button, man. It ain't costing y'all nothing. It ain't costing you much. All right. Anyway, man, today, man, we are obviously going through our regular routine, going through our fit report, talking about the latest in fitness news, headlines, trending topics. We're also discussing our other segment, What the Fitness, which is centered around reacting to viral, funny fitness videos. But the main core element in each segment is that there has to be an educational topic in this. You know, I could be a YouTuber that's just reacting to funny videos and kikiing and ha and all that good stuff, but I don't really see a point in just straight entertainment. I try to be entertaining. I try to be funny, make you guys laugh here and there. I'm not saying I'm the biggest comedian. I'm funny in a different way. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to be around me to see my humor, but um, I try my best, man. I'm not gonna come on here and try to be somebody I'm not. I'm not gonna try to, just make jokes for the sake of making jokes. I'm gonna try and just entertain the best as I can. And if you guys laugh and find some funny you know, hits and giggles out of that, then I've done my job. But the main thing here is to educate you guys, education, and just keep you guys informed. So that's what I try to do my best with. Keep you guys informed, keep you educated, keep you on topic. So anyway, man, today's main event that we will be tackling later on in the show, we will be talking about how being boring is the cheat code. Okay. We're talking about how being boring is the real key to getting in shape. So stick around for that. That's usually around the end of the show. I would say the last 10 to 15 minutes where we just go all the way in with that. But besides that, man, before we get into it, man, let's hit that like button, man. Let's hit that like button. we're gonna go straight into it today. Feeling good about today's show. So every show, I mean, I want to get better. I always look back and go to my old stuff to see where I can improve on. Obviously, I'm not the most articulate speaker. I'm not the most concise speaker. I stumble across my words. I'm not the best communicator, but I'm trying my best to get better at that. So that's one thing that I'm trying to work on. And I think this podcast is definitely helping me out with that. So, um, you know, every day, man, 1% better. So just like you guys are trying to get in shape and get better 1% every day, I'm trying to get better 1% every day with being a better communicator, being a better host, and just get practice with that. So I know in about a year, man, I should be flawless with this. So all right, man. So let's get straight to it, you guys. The first topic of the day, we're talking about how people who go to bed at this certain time will have the capacity to work out longer than those who do not go to bed at this particular time. Let's check out this article from the New York Post. It says here that people who go to bed at this time get the most exercise. It's not about how much they sleep, but when. All right, let's check this out. The early bird gets the workout. It's bad enough that night owls are more at risk for dementia, depression, and diabetes. Now, a new study published in the Journal of Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences suggests that they can also forget about that sunrise jog they keep promising to take. Researchers assessed the sleep habits and exercise levels of almost 20,000 people who wore the health and fitness tracker Whoop for 1 year, taking into account how long they slept and when they went to bed. Where is Oh, here we go. People who went to bed around 9 p.m. did about 30 minutes more of moderate to vigorous physical activity the following day than those who hit the hay at 1 a.m. The early birds pumped out 15 more workout minutes compared to those who tucked in at 11 p.m. The average bedtime for participants, even when the total sleep duration was the same. Why? Experts believe societal norms can put night owls at a disadvantage when it comes to mental and, it turns out, physical health. Uh, I mean, of course. And here's the thing too. Um, do I believe that people that go to bed at a certain time, let's say like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, do they have an advantage over people that go to bed at, let's say, 2, 3 a.m. when it comes to health and fitness or just overall health benefits? I believe so. Um, just because I believe our bodies were meant to go to bed and wake up at a certain time. I just think that this is how we've been trained since we were kids, from going to school, coming home, doing your homework, whatever. You're in bed by 9 o'clock. And we've developed that habit throughout our adult years, right? From high school, college, working adults. Our bodies is just trained to go to bed at a certain time, wake up at a certain time. So do I believe that people that go to bed earlier will have more an advantage than people that go to bed at a later time? I believe so. I definitely do. Just because our bodies are, just like I said, have been programmed a certain way. Our bodies have been programmed to early bird gets the worm. So now that's not to say that just because you go to bed late that you won't be able to stay fit. I know plenty of people that have been able to, including myself. I used to be a bouncer at a few bars. So I go to bed at like 2 a.m., 2, 3 a.m. I wouldn't get home to like 2:30, 3 o'clock. And I still be up training the next day at like 8 o'clock. So it just depends on the person. But if we're talking overall, then yes. Obviously, the person that goes to bed at a decent time, wakes up at a decent time, is going to be able to have more energy to work out longer. Because the only thing that separates early risers from those that go to bed later is that what goes on for the people that go to bed late before they sleep is that a lot of times when you're up that late, usually you're doing things that do not align with health and fitness. So if you're someone that is used to going to bed at 2, 3 o'clock, then you're probably going to be used to, eating late as far as just like bad stuff, right? Eating late won't make you fat, obviously, but just eating the wrong foods before bed, drug use, you have a higher chance of using drugs at that time. Uh, just higher chance of doing things that are destructive to your body overall. So, yeah, people in the nightlife have a hard time with trying to stay fit, and being able to be healthy because of that strenuous activity that goes on in nightlife. Alcohol is involved, drugs are involved, just constant lack of sleep, junk food is involved. So a lot of times those people in that industry are not the healthiest, so definitely agree with this article. If you guys are late risers or late sleepers, if you don't need to be, I would suggest that you guys try to go to bed earlier. Only because it's not the fact that you're going to bed late, is that going to bed late increases your chances of, not only you doing drugs and alcohol and just eating bad food, but also, just like they mentioned in that article, dementia, depression, anxiety, just things like that. Most of the times people that are up late, they're just on social media doom scrolling, and that's not really healthy if you're doing that for hours on end and then going to bed. Even going to bed before going to bed, and right before you go to bed, you're on your phone just doom scrolling. That's going to affect your sleep. And when your sleep is affected, then you have a high likelihood of not being able to recover, especially if you're training. You have a high likelihood of having low energy the next day. So, my suggestion is that you guys have to stop doom scrolling before bed. At least an hour before bed, there should be no screen time. Especially if your plan is to wake up early and go train, you're not going to have the energy to go train if you're up all night just swiping on social media, um looking at videos. Like, you have to give your body a rest from social media, from screen time, because you're already on it enough throughout the day. The last thing you need is to be on it right before bed. So that's my suggestion, man. If you can avoid being up late, try to go to bed earlier. There's no reason why you need to be up until 2 a.m. You know, unless if you're not working in nightlife, if you're not in a job that requires you to be up until that late, you should not be up that late anyway. There's no point, there's no purpose. So that's my suggestion. All right, let's go to the next one. All right. Make sure you guys hit that like button, man. We still going in. We are going in. All right, let's go to the next topic here. All right, so you guys know that this is the Winners Diet show is also not only about fitness, nutrition, and just life lessons, but it's also about public health, right? So sexual health, mental health. We also tie those into the show because that's important. That's just as important as your physical health. So in this article, it talks about how the UN says millions will die by 2029 or I guess they meant if HIV funding programs aren't replaced. Okay, this is interesting. Years of American-led investment into AIDS programs has reduced the number of people killed by the disease to the lowest levels seen in more than 3 decades, and provided life-saving medicines for some of the world's most vulnerable. But in the last 6 months, the sudden withdrawal of U.S. money has caused a systemic shock, UN officials warned, adding that if the funding isn't replaced, it could lead to more than 4 million AIDS related deaths and 6 million more HIV infections by 2029. Let's read this last one. The current wave of funding losses has already destabilized supply chains, led to the closure of health facilities, left thousands of health clinics without staff, set back prevention programs, disrupted HIV testing efforts, and forced many community organizations to reduce or halt their HIV activities, UNAIDS said in a report released on Thursday. Man, yeah. So again, you guys, basically this, because this is very prominent right now. There are a lot. I'm seeing a lot of HIV cases, just STIs or STDs, however you want to call it, are definitely on the rise, especially in certain communities. You see it a lot in places like Houston, obviously Atlanta, for obvious reasons. Um, I'm seeing Philly, I'm seeing DC. Um, so places like that are really being hit with HIV or just STDs or STIs at an alarming rate. And you guys, STIs have been around forever. HIV has been around forever. I didn't really know the significance um, of it until like I was probably in my teenage years, I would say. Um, because the first person that we saw, and I don't think I was born at this time, but obviously you hear about it, that was affected by HIV was Magic Johnson back in the early '90s. Which led him to earn early retirement. And then you had, I don't know, did Easy E have AIDS or was it HIV? I'm still trying to figure out. So I think what HIV leads to AIDS, I believe, it's like a gateway. It's like having diabetes, right? Type 2 diabetes. The diabetes isn't going to kill you. It's what it opens itself up to, right? So having type 2 diabetes can open yourself up to a stroke, open yourself up to other diseases that might come in because your immune system is low. So it's the same thing with HIV is HIV won't kill you, but what it opens itself up to might kill you, right? AK i.e. AIDS, things like that, because your immune system is low, so your body doesn't have those defensive agents helping to protect it. So the point is this, man. As much as we preach over here about being healthy physically, you guys have to protect yourselves on the sexual level. I know we're in an era right now where everybody's free, it's hookup culture and this and that, and yes, I participated in that culture. And I wasn't always the smartest when it came to that, but I will say this: now that I'm older and I'm seeing things for really what it is, and I'm seeing all these STIs rates going through the roof, man, like you really got to ask somebody their my chart before you guys get intimate. You have to ask people their my chart. And if they get offended, then hey, it is what it is. Then I don't need to be with you anyway. Because why are you getting offended that I'm asking you if you have been tested recently? Like this is where it's going right now. It's getting to a point where now we have to really be asking people that we come in contact with. Let me see your my chart. Let me see your last STD test. Most people have not gotten STD checks in years, bro. You'll be surprised how many people have not gotten STD checks in years. Like people are walking around with shit that they don't even know they have. Because a lot of these STDs don't have symptoms sometimes. So you have to protect yourself, man. It's scary out here, man. It's really scary out here. Um, Especially if you're living in some of these states that have the high levels of STIs. You guys got to protect yourselves, man. You got to protect yourselves. You got to ask the people that you're about to be intimate with, you know, when's the last time they got checked up? These are very important questions to ask, because the last thing you want to do is get hit with the itchy scratchy. That's the last thing you want to get hit with. So always protect yourself. Obviously, it's getting to a point now where they're cutting funding, and I've had different feelings about this HIV prep stuff. I'm not gonna go into it right now, but um, I do believe there is some conspiracy behind this. Do I believe that the rates are as high as they're saying? I don't know, man. Because what's made it like what's different now? Like this shit's been around forever. So what's so different now? Why is it jumping through the roof now? And all of a sudden now there's a HIV prep that you can take that costs thousands of dollars a month or just to get. So it's the timing is, I'm not saying, you know, I'm not gonna go down that route, but the timing is it's a big coincidence here. So, but overall, man, the best thing I can say is protect yourself, go get tested. The person that you're with, make sure you guys are getting tested prior to getting intimate. Um, just be safe out here, man. It's crazy out here. Just be very careful, be very safe. This is not something that you guys want to play with. Some of this shit is uncurable. Some of this shit you're gonna have for the rest of your life. You know, again, I wasn't always the best person, but now that I'm older, I'm very particular about these type of things, because this is not something that you want to play with, man. This is not. No. Get tested, man. Take your life. This is your life. Take it serious. Take it serious. This could really change your life if you guys get in contact with one of these diseases. It could really alter the course of how you interact with people, you know, who you choose to date. Like all that, everything's gonna change, man. So just be smart. All right, let's move on to the next segment here on the Fit Report. What else we got here, man? All right. This one, this article says that studies show walking at 3 miles per hour on a super inclined 16 to 18% burns 70% more fat than running on a flat surface. So it says here, walking at a 16 to 18% incline at 3 miles per hour has been shown to burn significantly more fat than running on flat ground. A study published in the Journal of Applied Physiology found that incline walking activates more muscle groups, especially glutes, hamstrings, and calves, while maintaining a lower heart rate zone optimal for fat oxidation. Some estimates suggest it can burn up to 70% more fat compared to flat surface running with less impact on joints. Here's my thing with articles about this. And yeah, walking is great for burning fat. But you know what also is great for burning fat? Eating less, prioritizing protein. Because here's the thing, man. I don't care how much you walk on the incline. I don't care how much Stairmaster you do. I don't care how much treadmill you do, bro. If you are not prioritizing protein, if you are not in a caloric deficit, you're not going to burn any fat. That's just the God honest truth. You're not going to burn any fat unless you're in a caloric deficit. So, yes, they can say you can walk to lose fat, you can run to lose fat, you can hop on the Stairmaster and the incline, you can ride the bike. But, bruh, if you ain't eating less, you're not going to burn any fat. You're not going to lose any weight. I don't care how much you walk. So they always tend to leave out the most important part. Yes, walking is good. Walking, you need to walk. Walking is great cardio. Walking is a great fat burner, but you're not going to burn any fat if you continue to eat the same calories. If you continue to not prioritize protein, if you continue to eat processed foods, it's going to be a waste of time. So when they make articles like this, I wish they would also put in the most important aspect of this whole thing. And that's prioritizing eating in a caloric deficit, prioritizing eating more protein. And I've made posts like this before. Yes, you want to walk, man. You want to do the Stairmaster. You want to do cardio. The Stairmaster should be on levels 6 to 8, to optimize burning fat. But you also have to be in a caloric deficit. That's just how it goes. Like y'all try to cheat steps. Oh, I'm just gonna walk all day. You ain't gonna burn no fat doing it that way. If you're still eating the same calories, you're gonna waste your time. All that walking for no reason. If you're still eating the same calories, it's not gonna make a difference. So they need to put in that part as well, man. They keep leaving out the most important part of this whole dynamic. You need to eat less. That's the bottom line. So I wish they would also add that in, because the average person that's trying to lose weight is going to see this and be like, oh, well, I'll just go walk. I'll just go to the gym and not work out. I'll just go walk for on 3 miles per hour on the incline, and I'll burn fat. And that's just not realistic. It's not. Give them the whole thing. Give them the whole aspect of this. Don't just leave out the most important part. Most people don't know how to burn fat. That's why they're on the internet searching for answers. They don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just don't know. So tell the whole truth, man. And you'll hear fitness influencers, quote unquote, say this bullshit and not give them the whole truth. So they can get some followers, so they can get some likes and views on their posts. Tell the whole thing, tell the whole story. But they won't do that. But anyway, what do I know, man? All right, that is it for the Fit Report. Make sure you guys hit that like button, man. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're going in right now. We are about, how much time? We're about half an hour in. Man, this thing goes fast, bro. It's funny when you just talk and you just start spitting out how fire, man. It's funny how fast time just goes. You know what I'm saying? It's funny how fast time goes, but I appreciate anything, man. This is not easy to do, by the way, you guys. Coming on camera, and most people can't do this shit. They can't go live. They can't give their opinions for an hour plus. This shit is hard, man. Like, I'm challenging myself to do something that is outside my comfort zone right now. I don't do pre-recorded content. I don't do it. I don't do well with pre-recorded content. I like doing it live and direct so you can see me fuck up in real time. And this is only going to make me better, by the way. Most people are terrified to go live. They can't do it. mainly because a lot of people are not that interesting. They don't have a real personality. You know, they can't really, and I'm not the best person to articulate my points, but they can't really articulate their points like that. So, but I'm getting better at this because I'm putting myself in a position to be uncomfortable. And I'm still uncomfortable in this position. I'm still not fully confident in, you know, saying my opinions on live and really speaking on the camera like this. Like, this is a hard thing to do, man. But I know that I got to I'm setting the example for you guys. Just like you guys are watching me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm holding myself accountable as well. Let's get better at this. Every week. We go live 2 times a week. That's 2 times a week. We're getting better. So, eventually it'll be 3 times a week. And then 4, so every day, man, let's just get better, man. So I'm rooting for you guys, and I hope you guys are rooting for me as well, man. So, all right, let's get to what the fitness. Let's talk about Japan. I would love to go to Japan at some point, but one thing that we do know about Japan is that Japan has some of the lowest obesity rates. And there's a reason why. Mainly because they have systems that they operate that is for the people. They want to make sure people have a healthy a healthy society. They have healthy citizens, and it starts from when the kids are very young. And this lets you know that obesity is a Western problem. So this is not something that you will find all throughout Asia. It's not something you will find all throughout, parts of Europe. This is a Western problem. So let's go and check this out. Let me refresh the video so you guys can see the whole context. All right.
Japan is the 3rd richest country in the whole world, and they didn't get fat, right? So 42% of Americans are obese. It's 4% of Japanese people, and it's set to fall, right? Wow. There's no market for Ozempic in these countries. They're really not fat. And at first you think, well, it must be some genetic thing. They must have just won the genetic lottery. But we know that's not the case.
Yeah.
So the Japanese government very consciously transformed the Japanese diet.
Yeah.
They transformed the diet, and they did all sorts of things that are now continued and in fact stepped up. So I wanted to see what they are. So I went to this school in Tokyo called Koenji School. Kids go there from when they're 6 to when they're 18. And it was a really strange experience because it's a school with 1,000 children. I spent a whole day there. There's not one overweight child in that school. Wow. It's a strange thing to see, right? And we were greeted at the door, me and my translator Chie, by a woman called Harumi Tatibe, who's the nutritionist who works for the school. In Japan, by law, every school has to employ a professional nutritionist.
Oh, God. Wow.
It's a serious qualification. It's 3 years on top of your teaching degree. And as the nutritionist, your job is to design the school meals, which have to, by law, be made entirely of fresh foods that are prepared on the day. You're not even allowed pre-processed paste in the schools in Japan. And then you've got to use those fresh, unprocessed meals, which contain all the main food groups, to educate the children about how to eat well, eat healthily. But Japan is the 3rd richest country in the whole world, and they didn't get fat, right?
All right. As you can see there. So basically, it kind of just confirms what I was saying, is that places like Japan have a system so that their citizens live healthier lives overall, well into adulthood, and that starts at a young age. You saw that the man went into the school, the kids, he didn't see one overweight kid, and that was because of their school lunch. They didn't have processed foods. They made sure that everything is nutritious. It doesn't have any type of added preservatives. And this is something that keeps a society strong. When you have a fat society, you have a weak society, which is why we have so many problems here in the US. We have a fat society. You know, we have a lazy society. So laziness is not going to keep you as sharp. It's not going to keep you alert. It's not going to keep you as aware. This is why Japan is so smart. This is why they're living in 20 fucking 50. They don't have the bullshit diet that we have. They're smarter than us. China, they're smarter than us. Why? Most of it comes down to the food. Most of it comes down to overall health and fitness. They walk more than us. They eat better than us. They have a system so that the society at large as a whole is going to be healthier. When you have a healthy society, you have a strong society. And that is the complete opposite of what we have. Everybody over here in the US is in disarray. We don't know what the hell's going on. Everybody's just fat, weak, out of shape, lazy, you know, just getting by. So this is the main reason why, you know, these nations are ahead of us. Like I said, I've never been to Japan, and I would love to go to Japan at some point. But I've had friends that have been to Japan, and they're telling me that it's just a cleaner society. It's safer, you know. Um, everybody's skinny or just thin. You don't see too many fat people. You go out to eat, the portion sizes are very small because they understand how to eat better. The technology is more advanced, and that's because they're just smarter than us. They're just smarter. We don't have the same capacity because we eat bullshit food, you know. So it's not that they're Asian and they're just smarter than us. I just think that the food that they eat definitely impacts their 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 IQ. It definitely impacts their intelligence. So if we adopted those same principles, man, we'd be way ahead of the game, man. We already have all the resources we need over here. The only thing that we're missing is just diet and nutrition. The day the day America gets this obesity problem under control, we will be a way healthier, stronger society. But until that happens, man, we're gonna be in disarray. It's gonna be exactly what it is, and it might even get worse. So anyway, man, let's keep this thing going. Shout out to Japan. All right, man. What else we got here? Uh let's go with this one. All right, before we start here, let me just make a quick note is that listen, um a lot of you guys now are on your health and fitness journey, and a lot of times, you know, these things take a while. Whatever you want in life, whether it's more money, a successful business, just success in general takes a long time. You know, it may take years. It takes unseen hours and more and discipline. And when it finally comes to you guys, and people finally see the fruits of your hard work and your labor, they're gonna call you lucky. But the whole time you were putting in work and they weren't. And that's the main goal here. So let's check this one out. Where are we at with it here? Yeah, that's not it. Here we go. I'm not gonna play the music because I don't need to. But here we go. Let's check this out. So it says how they get so lucky. Yeah. All right. So yeah, man, it definitely shows. So basically, it was just depicting, you know, the the dichotomy of two different people, right? One guy's eating healthy, the other guy's laying around not doing shit. One second. One guy's posting on social media, the other guy is doom scrolling. One guy's making content, one guy's playing video games. So you do that if you're the guy that's just putting in work constantly. You're putting in work every day. You're showing up every day. You're working out. You're eating healthy. You're making content. You're just doing whatever it takes to get to that next level. And then in a few years, when the work finally starts to show, they're going to call you lucky. They're going to ask you how you did it. And the whole time you were like, bro, I was just I was just doing what you weren't doing. So I'm the lucky one because you didn't decide to put in the work. You decided to slack off. You decided not to take your body serious. You decided to watch TV while I was making content. You decided to go out and party while I was in the house editing, making videos, working on my business, getting my sleep in, getting my water. You wanted to eat chips and Cheetos. I was eating ground turkey and rice for 3 years. And now I have a 6-pack, and now you don't, and now you're saying I got lucky. How? But this is the reality for most people. They're going to call you lucky when you were damn near dying to get what you wanted, put in years of pain and suffering. And now that you finally got it, they're going to say, damn, he got lucky. Or they might start hating on you. Bro, we had the same 24 hours. You just chose to use your 24 hours a different way. You know, they're going to feel intimidated by you. I try to get you to go to the gym with me. I try to get you to get on this meal plan with me. I try to get you to make content with me. But you didn't. And now you're here looking stuck on stupid. And now I'm reaping the benefits of my hard work. And I'm the lucky one. Interesting. How am I the lucky one? But this is the mind games that people will play with you. This is the mind games they play with you to hide the fact of their own insecurities. They just didn't have the same drive that you did. They didn't have the same vision as you. You know? Look, right now, what I'm doing with this podcast and this show, right now, it doesn't look good on social media. I don't get a lot of likes. I don't get a lot of follows. People aren't really noticing. They're not really paying attention. Okay, cool. But at least I'm putting in the work. At least I'm putting myself out there. People might talk shit. Oh, who does he think he is? Oh, look, he tried to start a podcast. Okay, cool. Say what you want to say. Now, in the next 2 years, when shit is really lit, I need you to keep that same energy. I need you to keep that same energy. I want you to say the exact same thing you was talking about 2 years ago. Now that things are taking off, I'm monetized, I'm making money off this, I'm making a living off this, I'm doing what I want to do off this. I want you to keep that same energy. And I want to see where you are in 2 years. Let's see. But this is the reality for a majority of people. They're going to hate on the person that's putting in the work. You have to be very careful, man. You're never going to get hated on by someone doing more than you. You're only going to get hated on by someone doing less than you. You're only going to get hated on by someone in the fucking stands. If you're in the game, you don't have time to hate on nobody, bro. You are tunnel vision, focused on the task at hand. The only hecklers come from the stands. And that's for good reason. There's a reason why you're not down here in the field. There's a reason you're not getting your hands dirty in here. You ain't built like that. You don't have it in you. you would rather consume than create, and that's fine. No one's blaming you. Now, just don't talk shit when I make it. Don't talk shit when things take off, because you had the same opportunities. And we here. This is July 12th, Saturday, 8:28 p.m. I'm making this video right now. We are at the start of the Winner's Diet show. Let's check back in. Let's check back in 2 years and see where we are. But anyway, you know, had to get that off my chest, man. But make sure you guys hit that like button, man. We going in right now. You guys know I'm passionate. I'm very passionate, man. I'm very passionate about putting in the work. I'm very passionate about succeeding, because this is not easy, man. This is not an easy thing to do. What I'm doing right now, my schedule, at the current moment, man, it's a lot of people would. This is not something that's sexy. Like, a lot of people would not be able to handle my schedule. The amount of discipline that it takes to be in this position doing what I'm doing, man, it requires a lot. It requires a whole lot. And I'm willing to take that challenge. I've been tested my whole life, bro. I've gotten my ass whooped and gotten back up again. Yeah. Been punched in the mouth too many times. Got my ass whooped. Still got back up. To me, adversity is just part of my life. I'm always going to have to fight for what I want. And that's just the honest truth. Nothing is going to get given to me, man. There's no shortcut to this shit. It's either I put the work in or I don't. And I can't get mad at the results for the work I didn't do. So, all right, let's get to the next article or next video in What the Fitness we have here. This might be the last. Oh, we have one more. Let's go for one more, man, before we get to the main event. All right. This is another thing. A lot of you guys will go to the gym, and because you're going to the gym and you are lifting heavy, you're able to bench 315 3 times, you're able to squat 415, 425, deadlift 450. A lot of you guys think this translates into real strength, at least on a fighting level, and that couldn't be further from the truth. So let's take a look at this video here from this guy, where he says that if you can't bench 225, your girl is single. Let's check it out.
I'm not gonna lie to you, fellas. In 2025, if you cannot bench 225, your woman is single. Let's just keep it a buck. Unless you are married and you cannot bench 225, your woman is single. You do not have the authority to claim that woman, and you cannot properly. That means if anything was to happen to your woman, God forbid your woman is 200 plus. If anything happened to your woman, you can't save her. You know what I'm saying? You can't walk to the door when somebody knocking at the door and come up to that door with no shirt on and who is it real loud like the lions do. You can't do that. You gotta let her walk to the door. She gotta go open the door. You can't go open the door. You know what I'm saying? Cause what you gonna do? Okay, you gonna go get your little water gun. All right. Now bro push you down. Now bro push you down. Now you looking like Money Mike on Friday after next. You in trouble because now your girl gonna have some questions. So all I'm saying, fellas, it's not too late to get in the gym. All right? I'm not gonna lie to you, fellas.
This guy's funny. Let's look at some of these comments. I can bench 225. More importantly, my index finger can pull 5.5 pounds of pressure. Do what you do with that info what you must. Benching 225 doesn't mean a person can't fight. It's crazy how we accepting 200 plus pound women nowadays, but gotta be in shape ourselves benching 200 pounds. Men in America got to get some standards. He right. He probably just hit 225 and now he feels he can talk. Yeah, man, ninjas is funny, bro. Like niggas be thinking just because they can bench a certain amount of plates that translates into physical violence. Like y'all gotta stop with that shit, man. Y'all really gotta stop with that nonsense. There's a bunch of you gym bros out there that will get your asses knocked the fuck out by somebody weighing half of what you weigh. Just because you think you work out, you hit the gym every day. And I consider myself a gym bro. I'm in the gym heavily, but I'm never gonna underestimate myself or anybody else. You know, you don't know what bro. You should never underestimate anybody. That's one thing they teach you in fighting is that never underestimate your opponent. And I do believe that is a 48 Laws of Power, if I'm not mistaken. One of my favorite books. But yeah, man, never underestimate your opponent, man. You could be 225, you could be 235, and a dude will knock your goofy ass out wearing at 160 soaking wet. So that whole notion of, oh, just because I hit the gym, just because I bench 225, you know, your girl, if you can't bench 225, your girl's single. Man, somebody will slap the goofiness out of you for saying like that. Like, leave the girlfriends out of this, man. Leave the wives out of it, man. Y'all got to stop with this nonsense. For real, man. Y'all got to stop with this nonsense. I've seen dudes get put to sleep that were half the size of the guy they were fighting. That gym shit won't always help you, man. It doesn't translate into fighting. It just doesn't. Go to a boxing gym right now. Most of the deadliest guys you see are going to be 140, 130, 150. Ain't none of these guys lifting real weights, man. These guys ain't benching 225. Come on, man. Y'all got to stop with this nonsense. Bring your goofy ass in there, rocking around at 225, thinking you can fight one of these fighters and see what happens. They will knock your ass clean out, man. Keep playing with people, bro. And everybody ain't gonna fight you either. Some of them might have that heater on them. You guys got to stop with this nonsense, bro. That gym shit, don't let that gym shit get to your head, bro. This is real shit. I'm not even joking right now. I'm trying to save some of you guys. Because some of you guys think that just because you lift weights, you're just going to dominate everybody that you come in contact with. It's just, it couldn't be further from the truth, man. That's not realistic, bro. Y'all got to stop with this nonsense, man. This is crazy talk. It's crazy talk. And second of all, man, I'm not dating no girl that's 200 plus pounds. That itself is insane. That's insane. I'm not dating no girl that's 200 pounds, bro. That's a porker. That's a silverback gorilla. I'm not doing that. So, yeah, man. Don't let that gym shit get you hurt, man. A lot of you guys are going to be asking for something that you're not prepared for. You never know who can fight. You never know who got hands. You don't know who's trained to kill people. Like, you just don't know, man. Like, just stop the nonsense, bro. Stop the nonsense. Stop this goofy shit. Y'all gotta kill that noise, man. This is not. Some of you guys are not gonna get away with that shit. Some of you guys are too slow. Some of you guys just lift. A lot of you guys don't even train mobility. So you guys are already slow as it is. Have you seen bodybuilders try to move and be athletic? They can't move. They're slow. Slow ass reaction times. Because they don't train for speed. They don't have fast twitch muscle fibers. They don't train like that. Y'all gotta stop, man. These bodybuilders, bro. Yeah, these gym bros, and look, I'm a gym bro. I'll admit I'm a gym bro, but damn. At least I'm man enough to know that I can't win every fight. Shit. Anyway, man, let's get to the main event. See, y'all are incredible, bro. Y'all are incredible. All right, let's get to the main event, man. We are about 55 minutes in. Let's get to the main event. Shout out to everybody in here. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Shout out to you guys. Welcome in. The main event today, man, we're talking about how being boring is the key to getting in shape. A lot of times right now, man, being boring isn't really the most attractive. It's not sexy, right? It's not marketed as a sexy thing. People like excitement, people like dopamine hits. But a lot of times when it comes to success in anything, making money, getting in shape, whatever it is that success means to you, which is the winner's diet core foundation, it's going to require a level of discipline. And discipline within itself is a boring process, but it's the most important process. Most men fail not because, they don't know what to do, but really because they won't stick to what works. They won't stick to what works long enough. Like, seeing success in anything really is not that complicated. It really isn't. It's just consistency. The only thing is consistency is boring. That's just all it boils down to. Consistency is very, very boring. Eating the same thing every day, working out at the same time every day, going to bed at the same time every day, drinking enough water every day. It's a boring process. But my thing is this: you guys are already on a consistent routine as it is. Your work schedule is pretty much consistent. Most of you guys, if not all of you, have 9 to 5s. That is a routine structure. So you can't tell me that you're not consistent when you go to work every day. That's consistency. If you don't go to work, you don't make money. That's a very consistent routine that almost all of us have. So I hear guys that say, because I'll tell people when it comes to my online coaching, hey, these are the workouts. This is the food you got to eat. You got to do this for X amount of time. So we can start to see results. Oh man, that shit boring. Damn, I got to eat this all day. Yes. There's no tricks when it comes to this stuff. It's very simple. You eat the same shit every day. Now, you can make changes, you can make substitutions here and there, but for the most part, yes, you're going to be doing the same workouts. I've been doing the same workouts for years, since I was a little kid. It's the same movements. Do I change it up every now and then? Yes, but for the most part, it's the same movements. Nothing's changed, but me just getting older and finding new ways to adapt to it. If your fitness feels boring, that's good. You want your fitness to feel boring. You want your workout plan to feel boring. That means you're on the right track. That means it's working. But if you're still chasing new hacks and new diet fads and new workouts every week, then you're losing at this point in time. You're not gaining anything. You're losing and you're not learning. And your body's not able to adjust. It has to be consistent for a period of time, and then you can make small adjustments here and there. But when you're first starting out, yeah, this shit got to be consistent, man. So no, you might have to not have a cheat meal for a minute. It has to be consistent for the first couple weeks. You have to stick to the meal plan. Don't change it. But a lot of us have been we've adopted a lie that's been stuck with us for years, right? We've been sold the lie of the idea that progress should feel exciting. You know, social media mainly, you know, it tricks us into thinking that we need a new meal plan. We need new fat loss tricks. You know, workouts have to be new weekly. No, everything has to be the same. It has to be the same. It has to change. It can't change. Excuse me. So we need to build fundamentals. What's the fundamentals? Consistency. You need to drill that into your brain. When you're in a new workout program, you need to drill consistency in your brain. You need to get, before you even do anything, you have to tell yourself, all right, I'm prepared to do the same shit for the next 4 to 6 weeks until I start seeing results. Drill that shit into your head. Drill into your head that you're going to do the same workouts, eat the same food, have the same routine, work out at the same time for the first 4 to 6 weeks before you get into it. Now you have lowered your expectations. Now you already know what you're getting yourself into. The problem is people go into a new workout plan, people start a health journey, and they're not prepared for the mundane process of it all. They think it's just going to be new, exciting. You know, they're excited when they first start. They're excited. Yes, I'm on my health journey. I'm about to get it started. I'm about to lose all this weight. I'm about to build this muscle. But then reality hits, and they're not prepared for what's to come. So I want you guys to see this video here, which kind of talks about everything I've been saying. So I'm going to play this from the top. All right, here we go.
Want to know a little secret to success? You need to get addicted to boring. Discipline is boring. Consistency is boring. But doing something consistently well over and over and over and over and over for days, months, years, eventually leads to success. You know, I have had trouble losing weight because I can't get used to the boring. I can't get used to eating these calories for this meal, drinking water. You know, it's fun. Milkshakes are fun. Cheeseburgers are fun. I want to try this food and try that food. You know, it's boring. Protein shake at 8, yogurt at 11, salad at 2, rice cakes at 5, chicken breast at 8, go to bed, get rest, do it again. But if I can get addicted to that in 2, 3, 4 years, you'll be like, dang, Kev, you looking good, because it's boring. My videos that I've been doing a video a day for the last 10 years now. Is it 10 years? 12 years. Addicted to boring. You know, we've gone viral, truly viral. 6, 7 in 12 years. Truly, unabashedly, 10, 15, 20 million views, 6 or 7. I've done 1 to 3 videos a day for the last 10 or 12 years and gone viral maybe 6 or 7 times. Probably not even that, 2 or 3 times. But every single day I go out there and I put something up. Sometimes the thing that I love, stand up, those clips do nothing. Me talking about doo-doo does better than that. But I just do it over and over. Okay, that's why, honestly, I'm going to show you a harsh truth. I'm going to show you a harsh truth. I could give you everything I know. But are you going to do it? Are you going to be doing it? Or are you going to get stuck, bored, burnt out after a week, month, year? That's the truth. Most people know what they need to do. They just can't consistently do it. And even in your relationships, addicted to boring. And I don't mean boring like I don't want to do nothing new, but like boring in the sense of I'm coming home to you every day. There's no danger. Oh, is she going to catch me with this person? Oh, out of town. There's safety in the boring. Safety and consistency. God bless you. Have an amazing day. You want to know?
Boom. Boom. That just justified everything I was saying. Everything I was just saying, he nailed it. You know, there's so many points in that video that I wish I could break down. But I'm just gonna summarize basically everything he just said. You guys, in order to really seek success, in order to see success, in order to see success, you have to do what most people are not willing to do. Be boring, man. Be consistent. As I'm building up this platform, you guys are witnessing it right now in real time. We only got 2 people in here, bro. It's 2 people in here. And that's fine. You know why? Because for a minute I was live streaming and I had nobody in here. Yeah. Now I could have easily quit when it was just 0 people for the first couple weeks. But nah, man, I have a vision. I have a goal. I understand the consistency of content creation. So now let me keep live streaming. Let me keep going. Hey, next week, this 2 could be 4. The week after that, that 4 could be 8, and so on and so forth. But you'll never know unless you keep going. I have a whole structure now. I have to post multiple times a day on all my platforms. When this episode is done, I'm cutting up clips. I'm posting it to all platforms. You guys can follow me down here at Winners Die TV and Project Mac, which is my main page. But I'm posting on all platforms. YouTube as well. TikTok, like multiple times a day. That shit is exhausting, all while training clients and having a life. I still have to prioritize it and training. Like, I have to prioritize everything. Why? Because I have a vision. I have to be consistent. In order for this to be successful, I have to remain consistent. I could have easily burnt out and been like, man, fuck this. It ain't working. Ain't nobody in here. Nobody's commenting. Nobody's showing love. Nobody's liking the video. Please like the video, by the way, if you haven't already. Nobody's subscribing to me. I'm not getting no views, no clicks, nothing. But I said, nah, man, let me just keep going. Let me continue. Let me keep being boring. And who said you were supposed to be entertained anyway? Who said that? Who said this shit was gonna be fun? Who said getting in shape was gonna be fun? Who said working out was gonna be peaches and cream? Who said eating healthy was gonna be the best experience of your life? Who said that? Y'all need to manage your expectations when it comes to health and fitness, when it comes to doing hard shit, because this is hard shit. Content creation is hard shit. Eating healthy and getting in shape is hard shit to do. It's not fun, because if it was easy, everybody would be in shape. We would not have an obesity crisis in the US, in the West. So no, this shit is not fun. It's not fun cutting up clips. It's not fun uploading multiple videos on multiple platforms per day. It's not fun, live streaming when ain't nobody in this motherfucker. But I do it anyway. Because I see the vision. I have a vision. I want this to be successful. Boredom is not a sign of failure, man. It's a sign of discipline. Too many people need that dopamine hit. Too many people need to feel entertained. He just made that top, or he just hit on a point. He said that women in relationships, y'all need chaos. Y'all need to have some type of fire in your relationship. There has to be some conflict. No. Sometimes boring is okay. It's okay to be boring sometimes. We don't need to be toxic. Nah, but some people, like I said, are addicted to dopamine hits. They need chaos in their life. They need conflict. They need turmoil. They need to light a fire. No, man. It's okay to just do the same thing over and over again sometimes. Yes, you can change things up here and there, but for the most part, it has to be consistent. So nothing about this is fun. Nothing about this is going to be fun. You know, the men, listen, man, people that have the most results live the most predictable lives. And that's for a good reason. And most of the time, they're not bored. Most of the time, they're free. They're free from any type of diseases, high blood pressure, diabetes. If we're looking at the financial aspect, they're free from having to go to a 9-to-5 soul-sucking job every day, listening to their fat, overweight boss tell them what to do. They live predictable lives, man. That's what success is. But in order to see results, man, in order to see change, the moral of the story is be consistent, bro. If you can do anything in this world, and I'm gonna leave you with this. I'm gonna leave y'all with this. If you can do anything in this world, just be consistent. Be consistent in areas that is gonna help you grow, keep you healthy, and make you free. That's it. Listen, man, it's the Winners Die TV. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram, Winners Die TV, Project Mac. We had a great show today. I appreciate you guys. You guys enjoy the rest of your Saturdays. Be safe. And I'm out this thing, man.